Welcome to Students Incorporated. I'm your host, Mr. Jason. Join me weekly as my team and I produce content that's informative, positive, fun, and uplifting. This podcast is created and produced with the help of students from the International Community School of Bangkok. In today's episode, it's quite different from our normal format as we'll be taking you along on our field trip. If you remember from one of our previous episodes, episode 71, we had the privilege of interviewing Miss Be Chanida, a well-known abstract artist and advocate for the arts here in Bangkok and now internationally as well. Originally, we were going to interview her at her studio downtown. However, we weren't able to make that happen at the time and instead hosted her here in our studio. And now we got the green light to take a field trip to her studio, and that's what we're doing now. By the way, today's episode is sponsored by the ICS Connect Club. The Connect Club's aim is to serve communities and schools throughout Thailand, especially areas in and around Bangkok. So thank you to ICS's Connect Club. And now, please come along with us as we get on our bus and get situated for our drive. We'll be bringing you our quote of the day, reading some headline news, and offering up some other chatter along the way.
Our quote of the day comes from B.B. King, American musician and singer, songwriter. He's quoted to have said, "The beautiful things about learning is that no one can take it away from you. Learning is a cultivated skill, not an innate talent. It demands time, effort, and dedication to develop a strong foundation of knowledge and the understanding of what you hold today. While the process of assembling this knowledge may seem arduous, its true value lies in its permanence. No one can take away the fruits of your labor. Instead, they can only admire your achievements. Ultimately, knowledge is the cornerstone of a successful life. Hard work is essential, but without knowledge, that effort lacks direction and purpose." And that's our quote of the day. Now on to some outrageous field trip stories with Mia.
Thank you, Frank. And now for some outrageous field trip stories involving animals brought to you by the good old internet. Our first outrageous school trip story is titled The Stowaway. The user submitted a post that states, "In 5th grade, we went on a field trip to explore some historical sites. On the way there, the bus started to smell funky. After about 15 minutes, everyone smelled it and was trying to figure out what happened. The bus driver eventually pulled over because he couldn't take the smell anymore, and a teacher looked around the bus only to discover a skunk directly under one of our seats." Now, our second outrageous school trip story is called Where's the Penguin? The user submitted a post that states, "My cousin went on a field trip to an aquarium. The trip was great, but when he arrived back at the school, he started to act strange. After a good amount of prodding, he opened up his backpack and out popped a live penguin. This kid had straight up smuggled a penguin from the exhibit. His mom called the aquarium to tell them what was up. They didn't believe her. She says, 'Count them.' The lady at the aquarium put her on hold for a few minutes and said, 'How fast can you get him back?' And finally, our final outrageous school trip is titled Poo at the Zoo. During a tour of the exhibits, a student hurls a stick down into the gorilla habitat and lands near an adult gorilla. Without hesitation, the angry gorilla throws the stick back like a tomahawk at the boy. The stick hits the boy in the chin. More gorillas make an appearance and begin to scream at the school group. The orangutans on the other side of the trail have now joined in the commotion, yelling and screaming. Gorillas and orangutans launch volleys of feces at all the students. 30 minutes later, the zoo has indefinitely banned the school from returning, and the boy is on his way to the hospital for 5 stitches. And that ends the news for this episode.
Thank you for the quote and for sharing those outrageous school trip stories. One thing for certain for our field trip is that we won't be visiting a zoo or an aquarium. Like I said earlier, we are on our way to Be Chanida's art studio. Check out episode 71 to hear her story. I'll pass the mic over to Mia so she can get a sense of what some of our other teammates are doing.
Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what you're most excited about on this trip.
My name is Abe, and I am most excited to see her artwork and just to walk around her studio.
Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what you're most excited about on this trip.
My name is Maddie, and I'm excited to also see her artwork and being able to see them in real life.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you're most excited about on this trip.
My name is Fonda, and I'm most excited about going out with my friends and seeing Miss Be Chanida's artwork.
Please introduce yourself and tell us what you are most excited about on this trip.
Hello, I'm C, and I'm most excited about leaving the school campus around this time.
Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what you're excited about on this trip.
I'm Camden, and I'm in 11th grade, and I'm really excited to be here today because I haven't been on a field trip in so long, probably since elementary, so it's just a really cool experience.
Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what you are excited for on this trip.
My name is Micah, and as a graphic designer, I'm really excited to just see the art and get maybe more ideas for like what I can do abstract for the podcast. Yeah. Good question, Mia. Now, let me give our listeners some facts about the city of Bangkok since we are driving the street right now. First of all, Bangkok became the capital of Thailand in 1782. Second, Bangkok's full ceremonial name is the longest name in the world. In the Thai name, it consists of 169 characters, and when translated to Roman alphabet, it contains 163 characters. Thirdly, the Red Bull energy drink was originally created in Bangkok in 1976 before it was taken globally by an Austrian business partner in 1984. Number 4, Bangkok is built on canals and used to be referred to as Venice of the East. Many of those canals have been paved over in Bangkok. The city is sinking at a rate of almost 2.5 centimeters per year, or 1 inch. Number 5, Bangkok saw over 28 million visitors in 2023, making it a global tourist hotspot. MasterCard crowned Bangkok as the world's most visited city. Number 6, if you like street food, Bangkok is the place to come and try it all. Famous dishes like pad thai, som tam, gang kheo wan, khao niao ma muang, and chicken satay, and so much more. And number 7, finally, the best time weather-wise to visit Bangkok is between December and February, when the weather is cooler and not as humid. Of course, that's when a lot of other tourists comes as well. And there you go, some facts about Bangkok that you may or may not have known. Thank you.
All right, looks like we're here. While the driver is attempting to park on this very small soi, here's Toto. He's got a PSA for this episode.
1, 2, 3, 4.
มีคำถามครับโอเคสวัสดีครับชื่ออะไรครับ
สมนึกมอได้ฮีครับ
อ๋อทำงานที่ไหนครับ
มนตรีทรานสปอร์ตครับ
โอ้ไม่งั้นคุณชอบอะไรเกี่ยวกับการทำงานในบริษัทของคุณมากที่สุดครับ
ก็การขับรถการบริการลูกค้าเป็นต้นกันขอบคุณมากครับครับผม
Now that we've exited the bus and walked into the studio, which is down this other narrow street, I'd like to point out the most Bangkok streets, the streets that are not the main highways or roadways, are narrow and quite hard to navigate with the car, let alone a medium-sized 27-passenger bus. Anyway, we are here now. Be Chanida Studio is named Chanida Art. Make sure to check it out on Instagram according to some photos or videos of our venture today. The account is @Students Incorporated.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a tour.
Okay.
Yes.
Start with like the artwork here, or do you want to like just?
I think I'll tell you my story first, okay? At first, I was flight attendant, as you know, and then I tried to like practice my artwork, and then I stopped when I have my child, and then I come back like 7 years ago with the portrait painting. Can you show them the painting?
Oh, yes. I remember you talking about this.
Yes, right. I want you to see the beginning of my abstract.
Yep.
You can sit. You want to sit? Yeah.
Yeah. Have a seat, guys. Yeah, you have to stand.
Yeah, that's my style at that moment. Portrait. As you can see, it's not the realistic abstract painting because I think I key on color and the color that show how I feel about that person. So I paint portrait with more colorful. And then after that, like 2 years, I have the solo exhibition. After that, I decide that because my work is changing time to time, like พี่ยุ้ยคะพี่ยุ้ยเอารูปโซโล่ให้ดูได้ไหม It's become more realistic, which I like it, but it's not what I really want. I want to see more about myself inside, not the like realistic that what you see and then you paint. So I stopped paint portrait. At that point, it's like very important to me to like stop something that I already like achieved for one self, right? It's like I have to decide that I have to stop and then begin with a blank canvas. Okay, I'll show you upstairs. Please be careful.
Please don't touch anything.
Thank you for holding the mic. If you need any help, just let me know. I'm good. Thank you.
80% of the painting upstairs is 2023, which it's a break time of my career. I mean, I don't want to work like too hard about deep concept and I just like I have enough exhibition at that time, so I need to rest. So it's become more work. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then after that, I work with abstract work for 2 years later, and then I decide that people come to me by Instagram because every time I finish painting, I put into my profile on Instagram, and people like come to me, and then they come to my house. So I think that it's not a good idea to let people come to the house. So I open here to show my work, and then I start like selling, and then gallery come and they contact me, and then I become like people know about me.
Regarding like commissioned work, are
Yes.
you doing a lot more commissioned work than you used to, or do you have any
No.
kind of work that you're focused on, like just doing your own work and then trying to sell that?
Yeah, actually, I don't recommend the commission work for expressionism artists because when I work with my inner side and what I think, how I feel.
Right.
Then what the color and stroke, it's come because of me, only me.
Okay.
When they like the painting, they like the finished one, and sometimes they say like, oh, I want this, but in like different size or something like that. But I don't recommend it because I can do, but I don't think that you may not like it
Right.
at that one.
Someone else's.
Like you have twins, you're not gonna love like two person in the same time.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Rebecca's got a question. Just a second. Let's record that. Sorry.
How much is your painting in average, like the size of painting?
How much does it
You
cost?
wanna know?
No.
All right.
I don't know if she will want to tell you.
that's
How much?
okay.
If you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
Like if not, no.
The price is like rising up because it's not depend on me. It's depend on who holding the painting, the gallery you with, and you sell the painting like overseas. And right now it's like 4 years. It's up.
Increasing.
Right now here is like 120 by 150, right? How much? So it's 180,000 180,000. 180,000. Like this one?
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
I can discount for you.
Highlight, can you ask how long some of these paintings take?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, is there like a recent artwork that you would be willing to share with us with? Or is it all mostly recent?
Okay, I'll share you the how I start.
Yeah, or like what's your process?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good idea, right? Okay, like maybe this one.
Yep.
Like this one, like I told you that 2023, it's my like resting and stay inside because like 2021, 22 is so many exhibition and I use my my energy a lot. I want to get back to myself and see how I have inside, like how is it now and what's it gonna be after like so many chaos. So I take my son to New Zealand. Who came from New Zealand? Anyone?
Anybody here from
Where?
New Zealand?
Where?
South Island.
Oh, that's good. Because I went to South Island, and I booked the camper van for 11 days. Hey, I told you guys.
You can tell it again.
Yeah. So it's like it's like nightmare to like have no bag at all. And I prepare everything for the camper van and the like ski trip, but I have nothing. So I like so mad for many days. And then I realized that, what I gonna do? My mind, it's stuck with that bag that I don't know where is it. So I decided to, let it go. And then I paint about the New Zealand, and I have the series called Necessary Unnecessary, which is there, the big one.
Yeah.
The painting that really full with the color and layers and like very thick layers. This one is very light and more or less. But you know what? It's less, but you can see more clearly. Every line, it's have a meaning and have the power into the painting. I mean, if you have the very small line like that in like this painting, you're not gonna see it.
Right.
But if you like take it less, everything is more important. So this one, the series Necessary and Unnecessary. It's already sold.
Is this one sold?
Yeah.
Oh. Where's it shipping to?
Waiting for the clients that to take it because it's very big.
Right. Is this the biggest one that you've done so far, or are there larger ones?
No, the larger one right now is 400.
400.
400, yes.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Sure.
So like, what's usually your like inspiration when like making paintings like this?
Yeah, like I told you.
Accessory,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, necessary and unnecessary. Because I think that when we think that we need something and we need like more and more and more because you can pay, because you can prepare, because you think that you need it, you think that it's necessary in your life. But actually, people can live less, but we never try.
What's the theme
The same
of
thing.
this?
Yeah, it's the same thing that
Accessory.
that's when you think, you need to think, or maybe you don't need to think about it. You know what I mean? Just pick the important thing that you really need it, necessary or necessary.
Wait, may I ask a question to add on? Like, how do you pick out which is necessary, which is unnecessary? Do you have like a set criteria?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because at first I try to like paint like a minimal or something that try many things, and then I think this is not me. It's not me because what I need is like line. I key on line and stroke. That I feel satisfied when I do it because I love drawing. So I stop like put the layers on. I just drawing, and like you have to like do a lot of experiment to get like the point that the painting it's become you feel okay with it.
And then you were saying like so often it's like more of an experiment, right? Like you try something and it doesn't work, you try something again. I was wondering like for like an average painting, how many drafts does it take? Or like how long does a painting take?
You mean
like usually like how long, like how many months do you take to like finish a painting? Or like how many times do you like fix it? Or like what does that look like?
Oh, if we talk about experiment, I cannot tell because you have to try and fail and then try again and throw it away and just like upside down and put the white on. It's depend on how it's come out and you feel how do you feel, yeah. But after that, if you like have the technique, the concept is already like good enough for you, and then you work on it. And then you can see it's different and more different. And sometimes it change on the way along the way that you work. It's not gonna end. It's nothing end. You know what I mean? I can see my work change a lot.
Like it's a living art. It's a living. It's growing.
Yes, it's like you.
changing.
It's like us. Sometimes we think about that, and then another day we like process something, and then we think another way. Yeah, right. But my painting is like finish in the one time. I mean like one day because with expressionism, I need to see it now.
Yeah. So much.
Welcome.
How many pieces have you done in the series accessories so far? A lot?
Oh yes, not much. I think maybe 20 right now, 20. But I have only few left. But I'm still doing more this year because I like it. Yeah.
Do you have any more other themes that you're currently working on?
Yeah, right. I'll show you.
Okay.
I think downstairs.
Downstairs?
I think
Okay.
downstairs.
Is there anything else upstairs that we could possibly like explore from other themes or still be the same?
Just like that one. That one is my experiment for the necessary and unnecessary. You can see the different thing, right?
Yeah.
You can see the different.
Yeah.
But that one is gave me idea about lines and marks.
Yep.
But I don't have anything else in there. So it's like, okay, I got it. When I finish this one, I think I got it.
Yeah.
So I keep it. But I'm not sell this one because it's my experiment and it's give me idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good.
And then you work on it. Work on it. Put the things in and then it back and forth. And then you can see the thing that yeah, amazing. It's coming out. Yeah, have to work a lot.
What about these mini artworks?
Because I'm a really large scale painter. So one of my clients, he has a gallery, quite small, but he loved my work. He want me to like paint a small thing. So I think sometimes it's come out like this. I think that maybe I'm talking about small appreciate. I just think about it, and then I think in myself that with the ego that small, it's gonna finish in 2 days.
Yeah.
And after 2 weeks, it's nothing. I cannot work because the size is different,
Right.
Scale is different, and I'm not used to work with the sitting on the table and work because I always stand and use my hand and use my action to work. It's like different thing.
Right.
So and then one day I see the light come out come into my studio with the flower. I said, yes, beautiful. Okay, I get it because when I work, I get in and then paint, and then I walk away to see the painting. Is that okay?
Right.
Is that okay yet? And then I go back and then paint. I never see this very small like small brush
Right.
that
Brush
paint over into it. I never seen because I look so far. So I have to change the I have to change how I look into the painting. Yeah, so I put the gold leaf into the painting to talking about small thing that you never see, because it's not mean that it's not there. It's there, but you are not focused to see it. That's my works always come from what I think, and I understand life. You know what I mean?
So we go downstairs? Okay.
And the floor that you see, I'll tell you what the story is. It's like very dirty. If you see closer, you will see the depth between paint and paint. Yeah. That one is I work upstairs with the lazing on. I'm talking about the social media that you guys roll every day. It's like you see just only a few minutes in the picture, or maybe the cut of the editing and layers of filter, and you just it, you feel it, you want it, you want to become it, you hate it, you got feeling with it. Just only the few seconds of the thing that you never didn't know about the story. So this one called 916, the ratio of the story in Instagram. Yeah.
Are you keeping this for yourself?
No, I already sold, so I have only one left here.
Is it part of the Grip Talk series?
Yes, right. And that one's very hard to work because I have to put the resin on and then paint and then put the resin on again and then paint and put the resin on, which is very hard work for me because I didn't used to work with the resin. And then I think the last thing, because we have only 10 minutes left, the painting on the floor. Yeah. As I told you that I really love to paint big, large scale. So one day I think that this year I want to do something more free and let myself just do it again on the floor. So I put the painting on the floor and then some painting. This one is the front that you usually see in the art supply shop. The white one with the gesso, but I use at the back. How is look is because it's not gonna make the paint dry, but it's absorb all the water and oil very easy. So the outcome is gonna like more matte and organic. So I put the painting on the floor and walk on the painting อะไรนะเรียกว่าคลาน
like
crawl and yeah
Wow.
yeah it's fun.
Like what were you thinking when you were like crawling on this painting?
And then I think about what I'm gonna tell them that they're gonna understand me. I call this series is Miller. Why is Miller? Because it's like when artists see themselves, it's compared with like the painting in front of me and myself. If I feel satisfied with it, I feel happy to see it. It's like I let myself show to you. You know what I mean? So some it's like very dark. Yeah. This one I call sketching because some artists they sketch in the notebook, but I cannot do that because it's very small. So I sketching in the canvas like the big one. Yeah, that's all the like I want to show you guys it up down here. And this one I have the exhibition with the art space by Mocha at Four Seasons. It's called Silence in Chaos. I love black actually, and this one, if you can see the chaos here, chaotic, and I'm talking about life. When you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes, things just like come to you, many things to think, and just moment that you have a silence and be with yourself, just breathe, and you can live with it. สติอะค่ะคล้ายๆสติ Yeah. This one pause, like just pause for a moment. I want to see how different of the every year how I feel because Phoenix I'm thinking about myself, which I believe that people can reborning many times in life. It depends that you have to burn your old self and your old belief to become a new version of you.
So this is like transformation and metamorphosis. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this and when we were at the studio. So, but it's fun to see it in person.
Was this the same series as the one at Santara? Like,
No.
was it
Oh yes,
Phoenix?
but that one not Phoenix. Oh, the one, the red one, the Phoenix
Yeah.
one. Yes, right, you're right.
So it's a Phoenix.
She's big fan.
Okay.
You guys have any questions?
I don't know if it's true for sure. If it isn't, don't worry. But like, is there a piece that's like the most meaningful to you? That means the most to you?
At home. Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Some, most of it, the painting that I keep at home, it's like experiment. Like some piece is like the first painting of the series or that I realized, and I want to keep it.
Okay. Like the beginning.
Yeah.
To start.
พี่ยุ้ยเก็บนี่
What does each color represent? Like usually when you choose the colors.
Oh, the color is sometimes it's like if you want dark color, sometimes I love black.
Yeah.
The color about what to say, color with another person is different meaning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Understand that.
Yeah.
If I see black, I see peace. Sometimes people see scary. It's different, right?
It's subjective. Thank you.
Got it.
Okay, I'm here with Maddie. Can you describe the piece of artwork that you're looking at?
So the artwork that I'm looking at is a very beautiful piece. I see different colors that represent peace and brightness, and I really like it.
All right, hey, I'm here with Joseph. And hey, Joseph, can you describe the piece of artwork you're looking at?
This artwork is very vibrant and very colorful. It got like a lot of like different patterns in it, and it's really good.
And how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel really inspired.
All right, I'm here with Highlight, and she's looking at a piece of artwork as well. So can you describe to us what you're looking at and how it makes you feel?
Yeah, so what I'm currently looking at is like this blue, white, and pastel blue painting, and it makes me feel very calm and peaceful. It reminds me of cold places such as Iceland, and it also reminds me of like peacefulness and times where my thoughts can settle and stew like at night. So I think it's very creative of her. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here with Rebecca, and Rebecca is also looking at a piece of artwork. Can you describe to us what you're looking at and how it makes you feel?
I'm looking at an artwork with full of pink paintings and purple, and these two are my favorite colors, and it reminds me of how heaven looks like in my imagination, and I feel like home and happiness all around me when I'm looking at this painting, and it reminds me of the Barbie movie as well. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with Premi, and she's our last one. Premi, what kind of artwork are you looking at, and how does this make you feel? Can you describe that?
I'll start off by saying I don't think art can be put into words, but I'll say it's like there's this like in the top right corner, there's like this dark pink reddish color, and then it kind of transcends as we get to like downwards more. In bottom left there's like just this pile of black, but then with like white stripes all over, and everything just feels so like intertwined and meshed, and I think it makes me feel angry in a way. I feel like it represents really well that, like, you know, there's so many different things in our world that needs fixing, and I feel like this just comes together to show like that rage, kind of to represent that, but also in some ways that there is some hope, that there is something that we can do, and also kind of like the messiness, the like reality of our world, in that there's like so many different things that are going on at once, yet nothing at all.
Yeah, very good.
Looks like we are getting ready to go now. It's been quite fun getting out of the classroom and out into the community as a class. We usually only interact with our guests in our studio back at the school, but this entire process has helped bring our guests' experiences to life for us. Okay, we're leaving now. All right, hi Elsa. What did you think of that experience?
This experience was one of a kind, and I would love to go back to visit her again because she was so kind.
Thank you, Elsa. Hi Camden. What did you think of that experience?
I thought it was super cool, and the paintings are really beautiful, and so I really liked looking at them.
All right, hi Esther, our very own graphic designer. What did you think of that experience, getting to see her artwork in real life?
I think it was a really cool experience to go out to her studio. I really enjoyed seeing her thought process in the artworks that she's done.
All right, we're here with our very own social media specialist, Indy. So, Indy, what did you think of the experience, getting to see Ms. B and also getting to see her studio in real life?
So as like an overview, I think like I really like the aspects of her work, and then just also like the abstract design of it. And I think it's really cool how she is very like friendly, even though she's quite famous. So overall, she's a very nice person.
All right, and lastly, Miss Christine, first of all, thank you so much for chaperoning this trip with all of us. We hope you enjoyed it. And what was your experience like at Miss B's studio, and how did you think of it?
First of all, it was my pleasure and a privilege to join all of you today. It was a very important and memorable experience because I see the way that something that you learned at school came to like a real life experience. Yeah. So I was so happy for all of you to be able to see how your learning affects real life. And I was so thankful to be able to attend. Thank you for having me.
Okay, now that we're back on the bus and moving, I've got Frank again. Hey, Frank, do you have any last words of advice or wisdom before we sign off?
Yeah, I like to take a field trip every week. It's fun getting out of the classroom together and learning together in this way. You think you can make this happen, Mrs. Jason?
As we end this episode, I'd like to say a big thanks to all the Students Incorporated team for coming along on this field trip with me, and a big thanks to Be Chanida for allowing us to come to her studio and giving us a tour. Stay tuned for our next episode as we bring you a holiday Christmas special. And as always, this podcast would not be possible without the hard work and support of our international student production team.
All music and sound effects are courtesy of Pixabay.com, a vibrant community of creatives, sharing copyright-free images, videos, and music.
And we are signing off until next time. We are Students Incorporated, because your voice matters.